Thank you very much, Inga. Thank you for your great leadership and comments. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you very much for being here. I know that Dr. Sultan is going to be here at some point, or I hope he's going to be here at some point. But let me just share with all of you that the United States is pleased, proud even, to have worked with the UN Development Program and the COP28 presidency in order to bring so many partners here to be part of this global cooling pledge. Now, some of you may sit there and think, well, isn't that the whole objective of what we're doing here? Well, yes, and avoiding the heat or avoiding the heating is probably the beginning of the effort to try to cool. But the fact is that this global cooling pledge can have a profound impact on lives around the world and on our larger quest, obviously, of holding the Earth's temperature increase to the 1.5 degrees. So this is really laying out a roadmap for how we go farther than where we thought we were going anyway with the Kigali Amendment. And the Kigali Treaty, I was there in Nairobi when we did it. Kigali was hard fought, it was tough, but we got it done, and now we have, I forget the exact number, 100 and some nations that have ratified and moved on. But what we don't have is a recognition, if you will, of the challenge that we face because of the increased rate of warming that's taking place. Things are happening faster than anybody ever imagined. And so we want to lay out a pathway to reduce cooling related emissions across all sectors and increase the access to sustainable cooling. Sustainable cooling obviously acts as both a mitigation and an adaptation strategy. It is both. And coordinated international action on sustainable cooling could save 78 billion tons of CO2 equivalent between now and 2050. That is more than 2 years' worth of global energy emissions, folks. So this is serious business. And it's a big difference. The Kigali Amendment, we all know, could bring us 0.5 Celsius of cooling. It's that much of a reduction. But implementing this pledge actually accelerates Kigali and brings us 0.1 degrees of cooling by 2050. That's really important given what is happening. And what I mean by given what is happening is extreme heat is now the deadliest weather event in my country, at least. But this is true, obviously, of many other places. You can already see people who are dying massively. About 500,000 people a year are dying from extreme heat around the world. And the problem is, as it gets warmer faster against some of the predictions that we all made, that means that people demand more cooling, more immediate cooling that comes through air conditioning by the most part. And that air conditioning then becomes a problem because not everybody has transitioned according to the Kigali effort so that they're using less pollutant, damaging internal, some of the HFC equivalent, which is so dangerous. So that's the challenge here. And we're working with our partners to do something creative, something ambitious, something that reaches beyond where we had a comfort level in doing Kigali that we were all happy. And so we're really pleased to have worked with a lot of other partners to establish the Global Cooling Prize. And this is a groundbreaking competition which led to the development of an air conditioning unit that has 5 times less climate impact than standard air conditioning units in the market today. And we're already seeing the market entry of some prototypes from the competition. Obviously, we're hopeful that competition is going to increase the number of different units that are available that are going to do less damage. We're very pleased that the pledge, which we're asking people to join, calls for countries that have not yet ratified Kigali to join the 155 countries that have ratified it. And I congratulate the UAE for joining the Kigali Amendment, which they did at our methane and other non-CO2 greenhouse gases summit on Saturday right here in this theater. I call politely but firmly on other countries who haven't yet ratified, please do so. This is life and death, and it's really not a complicated way of making a difference. It's also important for countries who are already in Kigali to maximize the very rationale for them going into that Kigali Amendment. This is the way we gain more, faster, protect more people. And we maximize the effort of coordinating action on efficiency in cooling. We manage refrigerants across their life cycle, and we have the ability, hopefully, to announce an expedited HFC phase down. So, my friends, we are supporting robust action through the Montreal Protocol's multilateral fund for early action to reduce HFC consumption and to promote improved energy efficient for the hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFCs, phase out, and hydrofluorocarbon phase down. Phase out, phase down. And the United States is very proud to have worked with our partners. Just this past October in Nairobi, the nearly $1 billion historic replenishment of the Montreal Protocol's multilateral fund for the 2024 to 26 triennium. My friends, these funds are going to support the implementation of the Kigali Amendment, including the early action and improving energy efficiency, which is really critical to be able to achieve the cooling. So once again, really big thank you to those of you who are taking part of this, those of you who are supportive, those of you who are going to fight to make sure this happens, to bring more people to the table. At this stage, it's just not excusable not to have everybody. There are about 195 countries here, and there are people all over the world who depend on all of us to make these choices. So let's band together, become the crusaders, the people who are willing to fight for this transition faster. We have an ability to save lives. We have an ability to do Kigali faster. We have an ability to actually get cooling beyond Kigali, and we have an ability to implement this on a much faster basis. Shame on us if we don't take the opportunity to do that. Thank you.